Hey YouTube, I'm officially done testing out all the new Pokemon. So we are now at the let's try and put some try hard teams together. And this one, so I'm gonna be quite honest, this team did not work super well because it has a lot of weaknesses, but it's because I didn't actually put this team together as a try hard team. I put this team together as I think these three individually will be very strong Pokemon in this meta, and I think I'm right. I just think they don't work together because again, like just for example, Sableye, Defense Deoxys are gonna get killed by Sableye, and Toxapex is the ghost resist poison, so like you're double weak there. Cradily and Toxapex in the back are going to have problems with steals, just pure steals, like Registeel, stuff like that, right? So I don't think it's actually a well-built team, but I actually just wanted to go over each individual Pokemon individually because each of them have, in these battles, showed why I think they're strong and I think why they could be very strong in this meta. So when I'm thinking about Pokemon to use, each fill a different role. So Defense Deoxys is the lead role it's the perfect lead that even in like not amazing scenarios, you can Psycho Boost and bail. Obviously, this team doesn't really have a great safe swap. I use Cradily as my safe swap. But if you think of the meta, like, right, I use Rock Slide. You don't need to use Rock Slide. You can use Thunderbolt. Both are just good second moves. But like you have the Flyers, Gligar, Talonflame, Skarmory. You have Vigoroth. You have Medicham. You have Lanturn. You have the Mud Boys, which you can just Psycho Boost and bail, counter and Psycho Boost and bail, right? So it just seems like for anything you can just kind of hit decently hard and then bail if you need to, or just stay in because you're super tanky. Toxapex is one of those answers for both Azumarill, a water, and the flyer in Talonflame, right? So it has the nice coverage there. It's bulky, you're poison, so you resist counter users, which is also nice. So you're resisting counter and an answer for Azumarill and Talonflame. Obviously, Steel is a big issue. Anything that resists Poison Jab and Sludge Wave, because Brine is a bad move. I thought they would give them Toxapex a better new move, but they did not. So anything that resists Poison Jab and Sludge Wave, Steals, what did I just say? I mean, other poisons, and I just mentioned another one, but I just forget what I said. Anything. And Ghost. Sorry, Ghost. Anything that resists poison is going to make Toxapex kind of rough because Brine is not a good move. Cradily, I really liked using. Both Rock Slide and Grass Knot have a super hard hitting damage per energy ratio. It charges pretty fast. It provides you crazy coverage in this meta, right? I just mentioned like the Waters, the Mud Boys, Lanturn, and then Talonflame with Rock Slide, stuff like that. So it just has like great coverage and it hits hard in neutral situations. So that's a team. Let's look at it in action. Like I said, each of these shined on its own, but as a collective whole, just had some issues. Right? Okay lead. Okay, like that's the thing with like Defense Deoxys. Unless you're seeing a ghost or something, it's just like okay after okay after okay lead. Like everything's just good. I decided to Psycho Boost and bail because I figured I would get a shield. And Toxapex has a bad matchup against Lanturn, and I have two other answers for Lanturn. So take the first move. I don't need to shield, and I don't know if I will. I already kind of went over Shadow Dragonair already, how strong it is in this meta. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if I also double down and put it on my team tomorrow. Tomorrow, because Whiscash is this morning. So, because I think that the dragons are just really strong. Anyways, chip, get my grass on it. This is a water gun, so you are half rock. You are grass, but you are half rock. They try and catch a Dragonite, did not catch properly. And I have a rock slide for that. That's the thing, like you have so much coverage with Cradily. Shadow Dragonair again, this time on the lead. So I'm using Rock Slide half because it was already just on my Pokemon and I didn't want to TM it away. I think both Rock Slide and Thunderbolt have play in this meta, right? Rock Slide just being the faster move, and if you're going to just be baiting, if you're going to want to just get to the Rock Slide and Psycho Boost, Rock Slide is obviously the faster move than Thunderbolt. I forgot how hard Shadow Dragonair can hit and how sort of fast it charges, so I shield up one and I think they still get another one off. That is okay. Toxapex is decent bulk here. So I'll take the second Body Slam, farm down, and then we'll make a decision on, we'll see what comes in. And it is a Vigoroth, so they are pretty weak to this in the back. if they are coming with a counter user here. So going for the Sludge Wave first, you can live a Body Slam. I'll probably try and throw the Brine, Poison Jab and just Brine before they get to another Body Slam. Probably not enough to take it out, but I'll probably force them to throw a Body Slam or grab a Shield here. So I grabbed a Shield, which is fine. I'm going to commit to the farm down because trying to Bullet Seed down is pretty tough. The good news is Body Slam is resisted. So at best they can throw a Rock Slide, which again is not going to hit super hard. And look at what it's in the back. Love to see it. 2 Grass Knots from a non-shadow. More than enough to take out this. Gonna outpace because I had that 2 Bullet Seed energy advantage. So goodbye Azumarill. Cradily. Out of these 3, I don't know if I'm going to put in the title. I think all 3 can be in the title. Which one's going to get me more clicks is essentially what I think. So the Mud Boys, it's one of those where you need to Psycho Boost and bail. Because you can't Rock Slide, or Rock Slide's resisted, Thunderbolt's resisted. So they land a Scald. Looks like no attack drop, which is nice. Getting this will put it to like 50%. And then you have to Safe Swap. And this is my best Safe Swap. But if they're weak to grass, they have an answer to grass. And that's the only problem, right? This team doesn't have a good Safe Swap. Like a Lickitung. Like why Lickitung, why Sableye are so strong that like even in bad matchups, you can like force shield pressure. Even in like the Lickitung versus Registeel matchup, it's actually like ridiculously close in the 0 shield. Or the 1 shield. I forget which one. Because you can just like lick as neutral and then spam stab body slam. So I do get a few off here, but not enough to like really cause any concern that they can just farm down here. And so now they can get a Thunderbolt or a Zap Cannon off here to take me out. So I kind of have to shield. I don't know if actually a Zap Cannon would take out 50%. Yeah, probably would. Commit to the farm down. They come back in and snipe with Whiscash. So decent snipe. The problem is I'm going to have to Psycho Boost just to chip this to put it in Poison Jab range. Because otherwise I'm going to have a tough time getting this out. So I do get it into Poison Jab range. They unfortunately get a Mud Bomb off. Right, so this is just kind of like not looking great right now. And it's a Mantine in the back. Which Mantine is just so bulky. And it's just spammy. I think they have Bubble Beam too. Yeah. So they just lower my attack, shield once, and then I'm like, I'm not staying in this matchup any longer. So I just top left. Okay, Talonflame, right? This is where having Rock Slide is better than Thunderbolt because it's double super effective and quicker to get to. I can take any move on the Talonflame. I get to a move first, so this will force the first shield. Take the first move. Fly or Flame Charge is not going to take me out, so I'll commit maybe to the second shield here. And I think I do. Yeah, I commit to the second shield. Or my first shield. Shielding the second time they throw. Get the Rock Slide off. This will take out. I don't think I can get to a move without being incinerated down, so I'm going to have to immediately pivot here. Straight into this matchup here. Even if it's a fly, sure, I'll take it. They decide to boost first, thinking they can maybe get 2 of that, but 2 turn fast move versus 5 turn fast move. I get 2 fast moves off and the brine before they even get to a move. Dragonair in the back, right? This is an example of like where this team kind of struggles. Luckily it's half grass, so I'm able to hit for neutral with Sludge, but like Cradily would have a bad matchup against this. Deoxys has a terrible matchup against this. So I'm lucky in that I'm seeing it here. Being able just to Poison Jab and Sludge Wave, chip this enough to take this out. And now they have an Azumarill, so that's just that's a top left for them. They didn't even have to see my back Pokemon. So Carbink, battle the 2 very tanky, very boring Pokemon here. It's basically going to be 2 Rock Slides and a Psycho Boost, and they get up Moonblast and Rock Slides off. So we're in this matchup for a little bit. But then I kind of have 2 answers, but now it's just like losing Switch is tough. Again, these 2 in the back don't super cover each other well. Because there's just a lot of Pokemon that can kind of beat both. So Again, I would not run this team together. How would I change it? Like, that's the first thing everyone always asks. How do you change this team? How I would change it? I would probably I'd take out Toxapex for sure. Maybe both. It's kind of a tricky scenario, right? Because you have like, it depends what's in your meta and how you want to cover it. So here's the problem. If you, like I said, if you ran Defense Deoxys and Toxapex, you're gonna have problems with like Sableye. Even like any ghost is gonna cause you huge problems. So that's why my initial thought was just like take off Toxapex or take off Defense Deoxys. If you can't run those two together, can you run Defense Deoxys? And I already mentioned Toxapex and Cradily in the back has problems against like steels, like Registeel. So if you, those two don't really work together either. So that's why I said either Defense Deoxys and Cradily. And then I'm like, okay, what are the actual biggest problems here? The biggest problems are going to be like, you're going to lose Trevenant, decently bad. Sableye's not bad because you can Bolt Seed, Grass Knot. Fighters aren't bad because Defense Deoxys will deal with those. So I think Cradily and Defense Deoxys work pretty well. And then get a different third. Either something like, I mean, if you do Sableye, Dark would be a little bit of an issue, depending on the Dark, but you can like counter that, counter Darks. So Ninetales on the lead. Again, Powder Snow one. This is nice. I will get to the Rock Slides, no problem. Take this out. Actually, one Rock Slide probably doesn't take out from this range, but all the counters are going to add up enough to take this out. Plus then I have a Toxapex for this, so this team is looking pretty good against Ninetales. I'll take one move. It is a Dazzling Gleam, so that hurts. Get off a Rock Slide. They catch on a Stunfisk. Really nice catch. It is a Unova Stunfisk, which makes this a super dominating matchup for this, because it's actually running Thundershock fast move, so they can only throw for neutral mud bombs. So I'm just like getting up to 100 energy. Throw these neutral mud bombs. Do not care. I'm gonna have 2 Grass Knots. One is gonna knock you out. One is gonna be loaded for the next thing that comes in here. So goodbye. Get a Bolt Seed through, and I believe they come in and hit me with a Powder Snow. Yeah, Powder Snow Weather Ball combo. So I'm like, I probably need to shield this up. I do have a Rock Slide on this, but they eventually get out, and there's your Sableye, right? So I'm glad I'm seeing Sableye here. But now you're just going to see the strength of having energy advantage with this thing. So back to back, this will take it out. Or if they shield, I have to immediately I don't want to get farmed down, right? I mentioned my other video the other day where I stupidly get farmed down. It's like you can't let your opponent farm you down like that. So you have to kind of come in here, Poison Jab, Brine. And then the A9 is not going to have, it's low enough I can Brine, and then the A9 is not going to be able to do anything. I get out of this. If I had Thunderbolt, this was an easy matchup. I decided to get out because I have 2 answers in the back for this. They decide not to stay in here, which I'm like, oh, they're maybe probably weak to this in the back. Maybe like a double flyer, a Azumarill double flyer, something like that. So I'm like, why are they not? I mean, Ice Beam is super effective, so it's not nothing. So there is a fire Pokemon, right? So the grass rock combo is kind of nice because a lot of people like cover your water weakness with like fire, or cover fire with like a neutral water matchup. But it's like, Core Breaker. Cradily, I think Cradily is going into the title as a Core Breaker here. Shadow Bone, that hurts. And again, here's your ghost problem, right? Defense Deoxys can't come in. So I will take the resistive fire spins with neutral Shadow Bones being able to hit for super effective Brine is the thought process essentially. So get this Brine off. Won't take it out because Brine is a crap move. I'm just gonna have to commit to the farm down, but they may get out of here and not let me farm down. And there's your double ghost, right? Double ghost is going to demolish this team all day. So Cradily put in the work. The other two, again, just it's a poor team comp. It's a very poor team comp. So Psycho Boost just to try and do chip, so I can maybe, yeah, you can't farm down here. I got to throw, and then they're going to be able to just beat me with the rest of their Pokemon. So yeah, so just having used this and looking at the battles back, I got very unlucky. Not unlucky that there's so many ghosts here, but ran into a lot of ghosts, which makes Toxapex is tricky because between all the ghosts and all the steals and lanterns, it's good, but like it's tricky to use. Cradily is interesting. I don't know if you have seen the same. I have rarely seen medis yet, and I think that'll change. Like I said, I think you can't really. I'm at like level, what level am I at now? 16, 17, something like that. You can't really compare Pokemon you're seeing before you get your ELO until after you get your ELO, right? It's night and day what you're going to see. So right now I have rarely seen medis, like almost not at all. So that was just kind of shocking to me. But then I'm like, is it because I'm just like in a weird range where people are just like, people aren't using tryhard teams yet? They're just like testing a Pokemon, or is it now just like not going to be used as much? So against Talonflame here, I could take any move unless it's a Brave Bird, but that would be kind of risky on the front end. So we CMP. I'm probably going to go immediately into Cradily. Yep. So they are already boosted, and then I think if they boost again, it'd start to get out of hand. So good timing here. 3 times 3 is 9. 1 before the 2 times 10. Get to the Rock Slide. Goodbye. Body Slam is resisted. Rock Slide, not going to do much. Get off a move. This will chip a lot, so I expect a shield and farm down. And now I should be able to counter down and get to a Psycho Boost and take this out before they get off a Body Slam to do anything to me. So that is the team. Like I said, each individual piece is better than the team together. So I'm starting to like these. I was going to use Abomasnow, but between counter users, I mean, you're weak to counter here too, but the flyers are the big one. Like at least with Cradily, you neutralize flying with your rock, which makes it nice, as opposed to Abomasnow, which you would just take weak. You'd be weak to flying as well as weak to double weak to fire, which you actually neutralize with Cradily. So I think Cradily is probably the better Pokemon currently in this meta. But I'll test Abomasnow probably next time around, because we only got a few more days of Great League. And then we'll have to go Retro Crep and Ultra League. So that is it. Thanks for watching. I haven't even tested. Yeah, so this will be... Where am I for videos? Whiscash was this morning. This will be the Wednesday afternoon video. I'm going to do a meta analysis of 1 week in. Here's what the Great League looks like. Here's the risers. Here are early risers, early fallers, how to deal with it. And then tomorrow afternoon, some other tryhard team I'm going to put together like right now. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.